Hello everybody, this is Julio421 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Debian 10 codenamed Buster that was released in July of 2019 that I think is one of the best Debian releases ever. And the reason I say that is because they've got so much great stuff here rather than 11, which I think is newer and better, but not as good as Debian 10 is. Taking a little breather before I start. But anyways, aside from that, before I go on trip, I want to show you this up here. Because this is the top bar menu right here, and this is where, very simple area, where we have notifications and date and time and weather. Very nice, in my opinion. So, what I'm going to start by saying is going to the website. I'm going to be reviewing this because we are getting towards the end of Debian support before this goes into long-term LTS support. And I'll show you what that means right here. So you have a couple of applications open. I don't need these right now, but what I will want to show you is files before anything. That way, because look at these icons, very basic icons. For a place like this, Debian. Look at this. And I'll show you how I selected these. Documents. We have some documents that I have in a separate folder. All of my animations are in a folder that says all of your animations, and I haven't put these in yet. So I'm going to just quickly walk through this. We have our home menu, downloads, documents, music, pictures, videos, trash, and my skyscraper folder. So what I want to do for the first bit is show over, well, how did I get this up here? Battery percentage, because Debian doesn't normally come with this. But if I go into this here called tweaks, in tweaks codenamed tweak tool, and I go into the appearance section, first of all the icons right here are called GNOME that were in the files a second ago. But if I go to the top bar, we have this option called battery percentage. Now, in my opinion, I think Debian 10 is a lot better than 11, even though Debian 11 can be controlled the battery percentage by the settings menu. But I do like it. It's easy to figure out. And anyways, top bar is there. Not really going to show too much of that right now. But anyways, what I did want to show is the basic stuff about Debian. So I'm going to go to the website here in Firefox, Mozilla ESR, and go to the Debian.org. And here's their website. This is what Debian 11 looks like. It looks really nice. So this is the operating system. Debian is a free, complete operating system. And the cool thing about it is if you click download, it immediately downloads Debian 11, the most recent version of it. Well, how do I get 10? Well, I go here and I click more, and then I click download here. Debian is an operating system. So this is where you can choose a small or complete installation images that use the net installer that lets you choose through multiple desktop environments, which is a little bit more advanced for people, but I think Debian Live is a lot more simple if people are just trying this out. And then I can click here. But what about this right here? We'll move on to that in just a moment. So here we go. I'm going to click here, and you can choose between DVD, USB, via BitTorrent, but I think this is what you want, hybrid. So, this is, if I click on this, we have a variety of installation images, and this says this right here shows the name of your desktop environment: Cinnamon, GNOME, KDE, LXDE, LXQT, Mate, Standard, and XFCE. And the default desktop that I am using is GNOME, right here. But what about this second tab? So this is basically the exact same thing. I didn't click in it all the way yet. If I go into, I have to go I've got to go back here. Okay, so we're going to go open a new tab. And I'm going to start... No, it still starts there. That's weird. Oh, I see what I have to do. I have to click here. No, what am I doing wrong? Okay, there we go. ISO hybrid. So here they are, but why do they say non-free? Well, this does not mean Debian is non-free. Debian is a complete free software, but it means it requires non-free firmware. So I find that Debian 10, 11, 9, 8, all those don't work unless you have non-free components with Wi-Fi. I mean by Wi-Fi only. Debian does not work with Wi-Fi unless you are using the non-free components. And you can still use this one, however, if you are using like a Ethernet cable or something, but if you need Wi-Fi, this is the one you want, and I put the links in the description. So now what about long-term support? Well, if I click here into a new tab, Debian LTS, and this is basically the exact same thing as the Debian website, but look at this. We have current LTS releases. So, we have Debian 6, codenamed Squeezy, Debian 7, codenamed Wheezy, Debian 8, my favorite, codenamed Jessie, and that one ended 2 years ago, almost today. And notice that this is almost gonna be over in 2 days. It's time to say goodbye to Debian 9. But here is Debian 10 Buster and Debian 11 Bullseye. So, here it is. It is going to start in July of 2022 to June 2024. And then Debian 11 will start from July 2024 to June 2026. So here's your legend. Red is end of life. Yellow is supported by LTS team. And green is supported by security and release teams. So very, very nice about that. Now I'm going to quickly go into the settings menu right here. Show you, we'll look around. So I'm just going to start up here real quickly and show you around the settings. So just for security reasons, I'm not going to show my Wi-Fi and stuff. But here's Wi-Fi, you select network, or you could go here. Again, I'm not going to click there because that has a little bit of information that I don't need people to see. So, background, you can choose backgrounds. For your notifications, you can choose notifications, what apps you want to serve notifications. Search bars, very nice. Or search, I'm not sure what this is. Region and language. Right here, universal access, you can make your cursor really big, which is cool. I usually use this one, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the default. Large text, ooh, that looks cool. I like that. Next would be online accounts, which I unlinked mine so I could show you this, because I only have one. And you can connect to your data in the cloud through Evolution and Thunderbird and all those sources. Privacy and sharing, I'm not going to go into. Sound, right here is where you can control your sound, all really awesome. Power, notice that we don't have that battery percentage option that I showed you. Now screen brightness, you probably can't see this, but I am adjusting the screen brightness. Screen recorder doesn't actually capture that on camera because it's not the recorder. Anyways, keyboard brightness, I have a light up keyboard, but if your computer does not have the capability of using a light up keyboard, then you won't see this. I do not like dim screen when inactive. Blank screen I don't have, but I do have the automatic suspend on after 15 minutes because this computer is fairly decent battery, although I'm just leaving it plugged in for recording. Network, this is where you would have your Ethernet stuff here. And devices, we've got displays, keyboard, mouse and touchpad, and printers, I'm not going to go in. Removable media, this is where you can select how media should be handled. Thunderbolt and color. And finally, the details tab. This is basically the information about your computer, so you can have I am Debian GNU Linux 10 Buster, and my disk size is by estimate 256 gigabytes. My OS type is 64-bit, and this is GNOME version 3.30.2, and this is my processor and graphics and memory. Date and time we've got in here. This is just my date and time zone and time format, so Los Angeles is close enough to me, so I just use that. And my users, I'm not going to go in there. This is default applications, mail, Thunderbird, videos, music videos, and photos. So my web is Google Chrome, my mail is Thunderbird, calendar is Evolution, music is Rhythmbox, videos, and photos is usually Image Viewer. So that's it for the settings. The last thing I really want to go through is the software. Now, this is what I like about software, is that we have all these wonderful options to choose from. Now, I highly recommend this game. It's one of my favorite games to play. Extreme Tux Racer. You have to race a penguin down a mountain. It's really fun, and you have to collect herrings or fish and other goodies while sliding down the hill, but avoid fish bones. Uh-oh. Really fun game. I highly recommend it. Rated pretty much 5 stars. So that's good. I'm telling you, this is a game that's very fun. And you can tell it was updated yesterday on June 27th of 2022. So that's it for really the games. I don't think there's many games that are as good as that one. But there is a GNOME chess game that I do like. So, next, the LibreOffice suite. So right here we have LibreOffice Base, which is the rare one. I don't really use it very often. I create a new database. Yeah, I'm not really used to this one, but I will tell you that I do like LibreOffice. It's better than PowerPoint and all that Word and Excel. LibreOffice Calc, codenamed Excel in Microsoft. And here it is. Looks exactly like Excel. It looks a little different because it's LibreOffice, but I think it's really nice. LibreOffice Draw, you can make some drawings. It's really fun. I've printed out a couple that I will not show on camera. But look at this. You can even make different shapes, choose different colors. And I can choose a different color here. I can make that red. I can make this purple. So yeah, very cool. And finally, the one I probably use the most, LibreOffice Impress, because I use this to make my elevator animations. Now, I probably didn't tell you this, but I did make a video using LibreOffice 4.3. Now, I do believe, here, I'll show you on Writer. LibreOffice Writer is another one that I'll probably use a lot as well. But I believe the LibreOffice suite is one version behind GNOME. Yeah, this is 6.1. Now, this is what I like about Debian 10 and not 11. I think LibreOffice, the old versions, are much, much better than the new versions. I just do. So that's that. This is LibreOffice Writer. So yeah, I am. That's LibreOffice Writer. And finally, the one that's probably the most well hidden in this, LibreOffice Math Formula. So you can just create different math formulas here. This is a rare one that I don't use. But yeah, and the last thing I want to show is pretty much the app menu here. Another thing I don't like about Debian 11 is that when we open an application, see here it says LibreOffice Writer and it has a blue icon. They're all symbolic in Debian 11, which means they're black and white, and I'm just not a fan of that. I do like this color right there. So there is an extension for that, and that's the last thing I'm going to go over, which is in Firefox. I can either go to the shortcut, if it's installed here, GNOME Shell Extensions website. You can go to it by extensions.gnome.org. But right here, this is where I think is a big part of this. So there is an extension that I do like. It's called Desktop Icons, right, which is right here. And if I turn it on, you'll see I turned them off for this video, but these are my extensions right here. So or not my extensions, but my desktop icons, like my skyscraper stuff. And this is the folder where I keep all my animations. So that's it for that. And what I'm gonna do is show you another one that I do like if you are using Debian 11. An at menu regular icons, and it sets the at menu icon to regular mode and disable symbolic icons. So that's really cool. I use that one too on old Debian 11 when I run it or something. But that's it for that. So yeah, that's kind of my review video on Debian 10. It's a very great software. I highly recommend it and rate it 5 stars. Especially for this menu right here. It's really fun. I do like that all. So without being said, that's gonna be it. Thanks so much for watching. That will be it. Thanks for watching.